Hi, I'm Jake Burkett from Grey Alien Games, and I'm playing Zap Fight Trilogy on Commodore 64 on the Vice64 emulator. This time I'm playing Zap Fight 2. I've already played the first one and it was pretty decent. So let's give it a go. I'm going to press fire. Why is that not working? I'll just check. I'm clicked in the window. Oh, I have to press a number. What an idiot. Okay, press 2, Zap Fight 2. So this bit took a long time, so I'm going to warp mode it past. Hopefully, yeah. So I enjoyed the first one. Apparently it's a Siuk enhanced version or something. And Richard Bayliss has done the front end and music. Let's switch the warp off. And it's got really cool music. The first one, this one's probably good as well. Decent graphics. It's actually got power-ups, which most Siuk games, I don't think they ever had them. So that's been added on. And it's kind of cool. And you get stars, which is a bit like Slap Fight, and now I get sort of obvious reference, really. Stars to power up. So let's give it a go. It warns you that there's a small delay after accepting the game with a black screen, which is what I've got. What I want to do, though, is figure out, is there a way to get sound effects? Let's just walk past anyway, though. Okay, there we go. Can I get sound effects and music at the same time? Just as press fire to play like the last one. Anyway, Alf Ingve has made the design, graphics and sound effects, which makes me think you can get the sound effects. So there must be a Richard Bayliss music sound effects there. Maybe it says in the scroller, but it's not really giving me any more information. Loading bitmap. Anything else? No, not really. Okay, trance music. Yeah, I mean, I said that about the first game, that it's got music which was more reminiscent of Amiga music or late, mid to late 90s than an old 64 game. Just noticed that the logo flashes in time with the music, which is actually pretty cool. Does it say anything about special keys? No. Okay, sorry, I was trying to figure out if there was a special key to get sound effects and music at the same time. It might be built into this version. No, I can't hear any sound effects. Let's press some keys, like F1 or something. No, the F keys don't do anything. Nor does M, nor does S. It's a shame that I'd like to figure out how to hear the sound effects. Don't know. I'm going to reload from my save, so sorry about that. Let's have a look. What happened in the last game was you start slow, and as soon as you get a star you speed up a bit, and it's much needed. Then, there we go. So I'm faster now. Also, you could only have one bullet on the screen at once, which appears to be the case here. I can't have two, which limits it sort of tactically. Well, no, it actually almost adds more tactics, but as in when you fire like Space Invaders, but it feels a bit not that modern. Like, I prefer to be able to shoot more than once. Though what happened in the last game was at some points there was so much going on the screen that it actually slowed down, drop frames basically, probably from 50 if this is powered to 25, and it was noticeable, or even worse perhaps. But so if they added more player bullets, like more sets of, so I know I've got 4 now, but I mean if I had two of those on the screen, suddenly there'd be a lot more code involved. Look at that. I shouldn't have done that. I think that spaceship, it immediately killed me. It was some kind of hospital ship. I thought it might be first aid for me rather selfishly, but it wasn't. So don't shoot the hospital ship, ambulance or whatever it is. We've learned from our mistakes. So what have I got now? Triple shot. See, the last game, it had a sidekick would appear at a certain point of power-ups, and then also I think you got invulnerability, and then you get another one and you'd appear to level down, but it didn't level you down. There's my sidekick. Look, so they put it in this game as well. Though I was wondering if you were really leveling down, or if you were actually getting a higher power sort of smaller weapon, which would make sense. Which I've seen games do before, like Sarah Jane Avery's set of shoot 'em ups do that, I think, or some of them do. And that's cool, because then you can have like 12 levels, and all really some of the levels are, it's the same bullets but a different colour and a bit more damage, right? It just gives you, the player, something to play for in a long game. Ooh, I hit that ship once and it didn't blow up. Oh, guess what? My sidekick blew it up. So I've got to be very careful of that. Just like that. Okay, now it's gone past, it's safe to shoot. But I wonder if I can make the sidekick switch to the other side of the screen. Like it's over on the right. What might be cool is if you could have two of them, but it's probably too much CPU time. Already they have doubled. Wait, they're letting me fire more than one set of bullets on screen. So maybe that's a power up in this game, it wasn't in the last one? Okay, great. Now what? I've got the flashing border the same as last time, which, although a mild eyesore, I believe gives you invulnerability. It says star 7 down there. That's cool. Can't use them with... Oh, I pressed space! And let's just reload. So space must be a smart bomb. So I think when it's flashing, I can just fire again and get a smart bomb. If I need to. I mean, I don't really need to at the moment. The only reason I'm half decent at this game is, well, this is the beginning, so it's easy, but I just was playing the previous game on hard, so I got kind of used to the controls. So yeah, let's look at my various assessments. Does the ship move fast? Yes, when leveled up. It doesn't have a tilt graphic, but that's okay, it doesn't need one. So okay, yeah, so this is where it looks like it sort of levels down. You see what I mean? I've got full power, take that, smart bomb's gone. Am I destroying enemies quicker? I'm not actually convinced I am. So why did it power me down? I don't really understand. Like, do I go up to 8? No, it says 7. Yeah, and it also makes you go slow when it powers you down, which obviously sucks. Got back to double firepower. But is it level 2 or the original? I just don't know. There's no clear indication except for star 7 in the corner. Maybe it could have done with some written instructions, especially if there was a key to switch on sound effects. There probably is, and I just don't know what it is. I could test every key on the keyboard, but it's difficult to do when you're trying to stay alive. I think I've got those, 2 of them anyway. Yes, this game is much like Zap Fight 1, which... Ooh, so that's a different mechanic anyway, not shooting the hospital ships. Yeah, you can shoot ones nearby. And it's got the same power-ups, it's got a slightly different boss, which is fair enough. Different scenery, so that's cool. Multiple bullets on the screen, which, as I said before, I'm not sure if the other one had, but this one did only after I leveled up. Oh, let's reload. I need to get out of there. There's no auto fire, so it is place your shots. I just remember now, the last game, didn't it have a overheating gauge? And actually that was kind of annoying, because it did keep overheating and just blatantly spoiled my fun because I couldn't shoot the enemies. Now I'm doing okay here. Oh, it stopped, and I got it. Let's get a star. Level 8, it does say level 8. Okay, maybe you just need more stars to go up each level, and these are like powerful levels. Like the bullets must do more damage, right? I think I will keep collecting them, even though you get leveled down after a while. I do wonder if I use the bomb then. Oh, mustn't shoot that. If I use the bomb power up, like when the border's flashing, then when you get another power up, does it only just bring that back and you can just stay on that forever? Or you can begin the cycle again? We'll soon find out. Oh, I need to get 4 bullets first. Yeah, so this is decent. Wish I had sound effects and I should have done more research, but I read on the itch.io page and it didn't mention them as far as I could see. There might be something in the documents on the disc which perhaps I should have looked at. But I was hoping it would say on the game screen or in the scroller. It wasn't very obvious. Ooh, that was a mistake. Let's just reload that. These crawling things, like the little monsters, they're all a bit bug-like actually, come to think of it on this level. That was like a wood mouse. Ah, star, just appeared out of nowhere. Alright, so I'm going to use it as a bomb, and then, oh, it didn't let me pick the next star up. So I pick this one up, do I get it back? No, didn't really do anything. Okay. It's probably just level 9, I wonder if I can get, ooh, let's reload that. I wonder if I can get level 10, 11 and so on, if it just maxes out at 9. The other game maxed out some kind of number where the grid didn't match the score, but maybe that's just because my score was high, kind of think of it. But I think it was like this score had zeros on the front, basically. Oh, look at that. What happened? Did I power up? I guess so. I need speed up real fast. I need that ASAP. There we go. Sped up. So I'm level 9 with a small laser, which makes me think it must be a more powerful one. Actually, I didn't look up when these original Zap fights were made. I think this trilogy was 2020s at least. But I don't know when the original games were made, because presumably they were made spread out somewhat in time, like over a year or two, I would think. But they are quite tough, those things, and I got taken out by that one. Yeah, now what's happened is I think maybe I can have 2 bullets on the screen. I was going to say I don't think I've got many bullets on the screen. Let's get that. I've got two now. That's good. Oh, close. Let's get that star. No, God, it really does tempt me to get to them, and then punishes me for my greed. Avoid hospital shit. Yeah, so with this hospital shit mechanic, the sidekick kind of becomes annoying if you're not careful, because it blatantly just shoots it. Oh, which means you've got to definitely use it more tactically. No, I'm going to try that bit again. That's good, actually. Yeah, and one thing I commented on the last game is it had a lot of variation, which this has got, I mean, in the backgrounds and the enemies. And also, it was doing something creative. I guess this has been creative also. But the last time I saw some... Oh look, I've got 2 stars at the bottom now. I wonder what that means. Yeah, I saw it doing creative level design stuff with enemy layouts and stuff like that. And I thought, this is cool. And it had... Oh, shoot that one. That rock you can't crush into, but it had this sort of graphics on the last game, Zap Fight 1, and it was decent actually. Decent little sort of desert scene. Or Mars. Could be Mars. If there was a face on Cydonia, we'd know it was Mars. Can I blow that up? Yeah. Ooh. So I died. Was it because it's an actual tower you can hit finally in the scenery? They've not had much you can hit. Got my sidekick. Let's get rid of this tower. And I've got multiple bullets at once, which is always good. Did the sidekick pick the star up? Don't know. I'm definitely going to have to research sound effects, how to switch them on number 3, just so I can try both. The music's good though, there's nothing wrong with it, just I'll reload. I always prefer the modes where you can have both anyway. So I've saved. Like 2-channel music, 1-channel sound effects, even if they're multi-purposing the sound effects between shooting and explosions, perhaps. I know it's tricky with only 3 channels on a 64 effectively. Or 3, is it 3 for music and white noise, or 3 including white noise? I've got a feeling. Which is why, in fact, anything sounded good on the machine at all was an accomplishment. Don't shoot the hospital ship. Sidekick. Ooh, that was tricky. They were definitely using it for cover there. Yeah, I quite like this Mars layout, or whatever it is. I think it's slightly different from the first one, different enemies. These tanks are different. The original one had standard ones, if you know what I mean, like on a planetary surface, and these look like space tanks. Okay, let's keep shooting. What else have we got? These turrets that do the triple shot. If you're anywhere near the triple shot, it's bad news. So I've got a smart bomb I can use any time, preferably before my gun level's down again, like it keeps leveling down. When I get more stars. Ooh, do you know what? That would have been a perfect time for my smart bomb. So I've used up the smart bomb. What do we get next? Get rid of those things. Bam. This bit of music's good. It is definitely trance-like. It's good actually. Like that was a breakdown effectively. And it's building up again. What got me? I think it was just that tank rolling up on the screen. Let's get that power up. Yeah, sneaky. Well, there are a lot of tank tracks on the ground in Italy. Get rid of that turret. Yeah, this looks good. It's a good level. It's an interesting little bit of music and background. I'm guessing if it constantly scrolls, the music can be actually themed to the particular backgrounds. If you timed it right. The game doesn't reset the scrolling for any reason. Okay, so I've gone back to level 1 power up, which is kind of sucky. I don't know why it does keep looping like that. Same as the first game. Unless it's to give yourself a new challenge or feeling of building up again. But what would make sense to me is if it's more powerful, but it just isn't clear. Like I've got 2 stars down there. Ooh, don't shoot the hospital ship. They're quite tough, these diagonal things. Yeah, I got taken out by that one. Well, got distracted by that one, I think. Distracted by the tank. Need to speed up. Oh, look at that. That was it homing or just big? It flew out like a sort of top of a dandelion or something. Swarm of flies. Or magic or electricity, energy, whatever your lore requires for your video game. And there was one in the middle, yeah. Oh, let's try that again. This sequence is quite tough actually. So yeah, this is what I mean about creative level design. I would say this is interesting, like not the sort of thing you'd normally have in a standard shoot 'em up from back in the day. So it's definitely good. Oh, yeah, that took loads of hits, whereas I think previously with my previous level of power it takes fewer hits, which basically infers that I am levelling down. So it's a bit like once you've got a certain number of stars, you should avoid them, I think. Which is kind of nuts, but otherwise you downgrade. I mean, it could be a mechanic, so you know, you want the stars and then you've got to avoid them. Bit of a weird implied mechanic, not really said explicitly to the player, but anyway. So I'll make another video for the third one. I'll do some, that was annoying, I'll do some more research into if I can get sound effects on. Maybe there's some info out there on the internet or in the game's files, like I said. A read-me, as it were. It nearly got me. Oh no, I missed one. It's okay, it's all good. Did it speed up? I think it sped up. I'm going to reload that. Yeah, I think the background sped up scrolling. Still alive. Okay, now we've got a boss. I'm fast, but I've only got this pathetic firepower, so do I have to shoot the middle? At the moment, my bullets are they passing through it, or... Oh, there was a turret there. Or are they hitting the sides? I think they might be hitting the sides. Could be wrong. Watch out for those turrets, because even though they're not shooting on the side, they do... Oh, he's got more wings again. I can crash into them, basically. Okay, so weird boss formation. Yeah, I don't recall you ever being able to have bosses in Sealuk, unless... Oh, I died on a building. Unless you could sort of fake them by getting a whole bunch of sprites appearing on the screen joined up together. But you couldn't link them with any special property that just wasn't available in the editor. I did love the editor, I've got to admit. I mucked around with it quite a lot. Didn't release anything. But I made scrolling games and also games where you only scroll when your character reached a certain point. I think you could do that. So it was a bit like a sort of gauntlet and you were a person that walked around and had walking animations. So I'm pretty sure we could do that. I might have, was that 64 or Amiga? I don't remember. I used it on both machines. This boss is taking ages. It makes me feel like I've done something wrong. I can try and shoot the middle portal. Space does nothing. Oh, what is that? It's still there, look. Maybe it's just a pest. What? Okay, the new level spawned in instantly. So we've got standard scrolling on the side grey bits, and I think the middle bit is an advanced character pattern. So 2 types, one for the normal blue and one for the shadow. So do I have to avoid these walls? I mean, I'm guessing so. I've saved. So I hope this big way is the correct way. Or it's got no unfair endings. It's not very fast, which is good in a way, but does that mean they're just lulling me in with a full sense of security and it's going to speed up in a minute? It would if it was Turrican. It would be about 16 times as fast as this probably already. That's alright, but it felt kind of unfair. If you had the reactions of a teenager, you could just about do it. Or pre-knowledge, I guess. Ooh. I haven't actually... Let's do a quick save. Yeah, you do smash. I want you to do a test. So have I got to go over there? Let's try it. Got the power up. I guess this level is going to be quite a lot of this. So I could go around and get that one if I wanted to. Look at that, skills. Yeah, this is quite slow paced. Ooh, it's a bit like how my game was. This is why I mentioned it in See It, where you could walk a character around and there were walls basically. Because I think you can have non-exploding walls, I think. Could be wrong. Yeah, maybe I'm imagining it to be better than it was, but I thought I had a character walking around and maybe it just wasn't possible to do everything I'd want, like, you know, solid walls that don't hurt you, maybe some that do, spikes, you know. And the thing is, what you'd really want, as well as monsters, is, you know, treasure, score, which you at least pick up and get score, that's okay, I guess. And then power-ups, which you just couldn't do as far as I know. I said later versions did, but yeah, this level's been going on a bit, to be honest. I get it. Oh no, I slowed down. Depowered. Yeah, because I actually think it should have sped up by now, unless it's monitored my skill so far and determined me not skilled enough to handle full speed. Or it's like in a loop. It's not in a loop though, is it? Let's hope we get to a new planet soon, otherwise I might be playing Zap Fight 3 quicker than... Yeah, this bit is familiar. Did I just... Okay, reloading. Did I just load a wrong old save or something? I'm not sure. Let's do a save now. Ah, maybe there's a boss. This is a big open area. Suspicion intensifies. Yeah, there's two of these things from before. Wouldn't have minded having more firepower. Let's focus on dodging the bullets, because as long as I can... Yeah, there's no auto fire in this game. And like the first one, like I said, had a overheating gauge, so the closer I can get to this and whack it, and I'll still avoid its bullets, the better. Ooh. Yeah, that was cool. I actually felt semi-elite for doing that. Now what's happening? It's static. Is it because we killed the boss sooner than expected? Okay, so we're back to a red level. I'm wondering if the game is repeating now, or if there's going to be something new. I think I kept saying that about the old one, and then it did introduce something new. Or, no, actually it might have been the game I played before that. Yeah, like we've seen these diagonal monsters, we've seen these towers. Though not necessarily at the beginning of the game, was it? It was just, okay. Then we've got a base. There was a cool organic base on the last, well that was a tough turret. Yeah, on the last game. Yeah, like this. It's got these sort of circular graphics, which kind of look kind of cool, and it had loads of them in one area. Look kind of organic. They all do a little bit, really, those nice little tiles. I think they're 4x4, I think, 4x8 tiles. Okay, let's get those things. Level up. I'm still not clear about this whole leveling up system, but never mind. So yeah, if it's repeating too much, I think I'll stop playing and try out the third one in the series. Just notice my craft is quite cool looking in this. It's like an aircraft. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. That was a hospital ship. So I think it's reusing the same scenery, but I don't think this is the first level. It's just familiar. I can kill them all with one well-placed shot at the moment, so I should really be playing like that. Look. Oh! Fail. It's interesting that you can see their shadow before they appear, so that gives you some kind of warning about the mines anyway. Oh, maybe they're supposed to be under the water and just sort of popping up. Yeah. Got that. The ship graphic was a bit weird in the first game, actually, I've got to say. And actually, it looks a lot better in this one. Like, that one actually looks pretty neat. If I'd made a sprite that looked like that, I'd be pleased. Oh! And the first game actually had decent looking explosions. I think it was the first Zap fight. Or maybe I'm now thinking of the game before, actually, where it was blowing up asteroids and stuff. No, the first Zap fight could have been more like this. Because that, yeah, that white blob's a bit, goes on a bit, I think. I'd have made that quicker, quicker that sound effect. Not sound effect, special effect. Can we get through the middle here? Oh, it's a laser. Oh my god. Okay. There was a low area there I could get through. I thought it was blowing up on nothing. This is quite a cool level, this sort of purple infrastructure in a natural environment with a road or whatever. And that enemy followed the road, so this is what I mean about creative level design. They haven't just sort of gone totally generic. They put some good effort in, and it doesn't feel random like some levels people make, they just feel random. Like there's no real purpose to the landscape. This has been good at just good level design, basically. And the enemy placement, of course, being vital to that. And it's whether they made a landscape and then put the enemies on later in an article, or whether they were designing the whole thing together, which would be really cool. The best way to do it, but it requires a double skill then, or two people working closely in concert. So they're like Y-wings, yeah, from Star Wars. And I guess I don't want to fly for the lasers. So this has got really creative. Look at the use of shadows there. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's done it quite a few times now, showing off. It's almost losing its impact. If there was just one of them and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. People would talk about it like, do you see that cool thing that you get to later in the game? Okay, so I've got a sidekick and then, oh, I've got to get through that gap in the lasers. Really? It's quite tightly timed, I've got to say. No way. Yeah, why can't I do that? Have I got to just... Oh my god, I thought these were walls, these purple things, and they're not, they're just flyoverable scenery. You've got to avoid the laser. I thought I was trying to fly through the gap, which was totally unnecessary, it turns out. Let's just do that again then, now I know what's going on. Save. So this is a lot easier than it looks. You just got to avoid the lasers. That's why I need a dot gif. Dot. Oh, let's try that again. Save. Okay. Yeah, I think next time I power up, get near the top where it's full power, I'm not going to pick up the stars then, because it is kind of annoying losing your power, especially if you go back to like level 1 and then there's a boss. Oh dear, that was a bit blatant. Let's get it. So yeah, okay, this game is still being creative with level design. But I'm noticing it more now than before, I don't know why, but anyway. So as I say, I bought this, I'll put the link in the description, but it's an itch.io, it's on itch.io, right? And it was $3.99 plus tax for the trilogy, which I think is great value considering, even for one of them, to be honest. But for 3, it's definitely a good value. So somebody was saying something about one of the versions was different outside of the trilogy and they preferred it, which I guess is always going to happen. So it might have been 2 or 3, one of the 2 later ones, I think. So we'll see what the one I've got is like in this trilogy. I mean, I'm enjoying this lot so far. Now, I can't imagine it's somehow worse than this. I guess you could have backtracked, but... Right, so now I've got Smart Bomb. And I don't want to level up anymore because I'm going to lose everything. Probably right when there's a boss. Could let the Smart Bomb off when I see a boss. 82,000 score. I mean, if I wasn't using a save and reload key, it would be, I'd be dead a long time ago. Can I fly over that? No, that's the answer. So I was right to avoid them, but not the purple lasers. Got it. I think it's just going to repeat this scenery, isn't it, for a bit? So it's got varied bosses, it's fast paced, good music, decent graphics, a lot of power ups. Your bullets are clear, enemy bullets are clear. Yeah, this same pattern that they've used before. And this same bit of laser, is it like repeating each level twice? Or bits of them copy pasted maybe to extend the game? Possibly that. Yeah, I remember this layout. Oh no, I got the star. That'll teach me. Let's ignore the star. I don't want any more stars. Unless I have to fly over them for like life-saving reasons. I don't want any more stars. Oh. Okay, we've got our sidekick still. Is the game going to do anything different now? Probably, knowing this game. Yeah, look. Some kind of chasm. Maybe a boss. Ooh, it spawned in a new layout. Okay, well this is this pipes one, which I'm not that keen on, so I think I'm going to quit this now and try out Zap Fight 3. So, thanks for watching. Bye.